So this is about the thought leadership, lifestyles and sustainability. For moderating this insightful discussion, we have Mr. Khushro B. Pantaki, a chartered accountant, member of Partnership Board and Office Managing Director, Mumbai at Walker, Chandok and Company LLP. Can we have Mr. Khushro Pantaki on stage, please? Welcome, sir. A fellow chartered accountant with 38 years of experience, Khushro is a seasoned expert in accounting, auditing, and financial services. He heads the BFSI vertical, leads public policy affairs, and is a member of the Partnership Board. With international experience in New York, Khushro has audited global insurance companies and advised multinationals. His expertise spans accounting standards, corporate governance, risk management, and public policy. Let's hear for Khushro B. Pantaki, a true veteran in his field. Okay, our first panelist is Umar Ali Sheikh, Chief Executive Officer, Atos Solutions and Systems. Can we have you on stage, please? Umar Ali Sheikh, Umar recognized as the Economic Times Aspiring CEO of 2021 and Team Marksman's Influential Leaders 2022 award winner. Is renowned for his success in building and sustaining profitable businesses. Under his leadership, the organization has experienced significant growth through major deal wins and transformative business process. Welcome, sir. We are glad to have you here with us today. Our next panelist is Rajesh Raju, Managing Director, Kalari Capital. Welcome, sir. Rajesh Raju is the co-founder and managing director of Kalari Capital in Bangalore. I think everybody knows about the company. With 17 years in venture capital, he has raised over $1 billion, focusing on technology investments in SaaS, supply chain, retail, fintech, and edtech. Rajesh has supported over 100 portfolio companies, achieving top quartile returns with early investments in startups like Flipkart and Dream11. He currently serves on 12 company boards, including MedPlus and Simply Learn. He earned a mechanical engineering degree from BITS Pilani, a master's in industrial systems engineering from Marquette University, and an MBA with honors from the University of Chicago's Booth School of Business. His background includes strategic roles at Sybase and investment banking at Merrill Lynch. Welcome, sir. We're glad to have you with us today. Okay. Now we have our third panelist, Yashi Dhariwal, Head of Political and Economic Department, Honorary Consulate of Cambodia. There she is. Welcome, sir. Yashi Dhariwal is an experienced political analyst with a profound understanding of the complex dynamics shaping both domestic and international landscapes. As the head of the Political and Economic Department at the Honorary Consulate of Cambodia in Bangalore, she brings extensive expertise to her role. Her previous experience at the Chinese Consulate in Kolkata provided her with valuable insights into bilateral relations and cross-cultural dynamics. In addition to her diplomatic work, Yashi has trained civil service aspirants, giving her a strong grasp of policy formulation and implementation. A strategic thinker with a solid foundation in socio-political developments, Yashi is instrumental in fostering collaboration and cooperation between India and Cambodia. Welcome, ma'am. Big round of applause. Thank you for being here with us today. Khushro, over to you, sir.
Umar, you are leading a very, very successful organization, which is Atos. How did you build the organization, and what kind of personal leadership traits you developed during the course of building this organization? And more importantly, I think as well, that this is again a great place to work for 3 years or so. And that's a great achievement as well. So your views on that, please.
How do we go about building business, or how do we go about growing business? I fundamentally feel that the organization that you become a part of, or you are representing, or you are leading, the first thing that you must have is a very high depth of belief in what your organization is offering to your customers. If you do not believe in what your organization is offering to your customers, that gets displayed when you approach your customers. And the intensity and the amount of conviction with which you engage with your customer becomes evident and visible. And that plays a very big role in making inroads into any association that you look forward to exploring as an organization.
The indirect leadership that we need to provide would be large. So over the last 17 years, indirectly, we were responsible for a million or maybe over 1 million people through our portfolio companies. So it's important that more than the venture capital firm itself, the hand-holding and the nurturing that we do with the young entrepreneurs when we invest into startups in India, and how they nurture their own organizations and how they grow their organizations is extremely important. Most leaders are not geniuses. And people, regardless of your personality type, how you treat people, people like to flock around geniuses because it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
A very good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here and talk about something that I'm extremely passionate about, and that is furthering India-Cambodia relations and understanding the vision of my honorary consul here to take this relationship further. So India and Cambodia, of course, have celebrated 70 years of their diplomatic relations. It's of course built brick by brick, but that is something which is post-independence and the official narrative when countries got their existence. I am talking of the relationship, or rather what we need to understand as Indian that's so important, that we are the ones who kind of gave Cambodia their identity in terms of the socio-religious and cultural aspect. It might be very surprising for you to know, or a lot of people might already be aware of the fact that Cambodia has the world's oldest Vishnu temple. It has 97% of its population which practices Buddhism. So it kind of owes a lot of its identity, and there's a very soft corner that it has. So that's the starting, when our kings had gone to Cambodia and really established the empire there, the country there, and in fact the temple. Siem Reap is the place which has the Angkor Wat temple, the world's oldest Hindu temple, the Vishnu temple, and of course a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Also, hopefully very, very soon, the 8th wonder of the world as well.
Sustainable word has got two aspects. One is we are talking about sustainability from the perspective of green, and the other one is to sustain your business, the business that you are in.
How do you manage messaging to those entrepreneurs? And how do you see these cultures actually impacting those organizations? And what could be a couple of things that you may want to share with the audience in order to ensure that these organizations remain sustainable as well?
Very good question. I don't get asked this often. I don't remember anyone asking me this. I think it's the movie Wall Street, I think. A famous line, greed is good, right? In capitalism, for example, in the US, they're very clear, we're a capitalistic country, and greed drives the country forward, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Reigniting the past. So I'm just putting that as one element. where we either talk about in textbooks or others, reigniting the past, enhance connectivity, build connectivity, tell Indians about the opportunities in Cambodia, which are many, which are really many. One may not believe me, but they can go for themselves and see for themselves. Opportunities in Cambodia. The support system of the tax support system that is there, when we speak of repatriation of money, when we speak of rental income, when we speak of availability of land at such amazing costs. So about the tax supports which are there and the legal support. So to sum up, reigniting the past, tourism direct connectivity, the opportunities which lie there, tax system, supportive tax system, and very easy legal system.
Thank you everyone for being here today. Can I have Madhusri Datta on stage, please, for mementos and certificates. Khushro sir, also please be with ma'am to present mementos to our esteemed guests, to our esteemed panelists. Memento for Mr. Omar Ali Sheikh. Thank you so much, sir, for being here today. Sheikh sir, this small memento from Team Brand Talk, Madhusri. Khushro sir, please be a part of the picture as well. It'd be nice to have you in the picture. A small memento for Mr. Rajesh Raju now. Please go ahead. Thank you. That's always good luck when that happens. The companies get bigger when that happens. We'll get a new one for you. Break a leg. Always good luck, good omen. Yes, sir. Of course. Thank you, sir, for being here today. So much insights of how leadership, humbleness in leadership takes you a long way. And being with people on the floor, fabulous. Thank you, ma'am, for being with us today. A small memento from our side, from our MD. Can we have Abhimanyu Chakrabarti, Head of Transaction Brand Talk North India, on stage, please, as well? Abhimanyu, please come. So Abhimanyu and Ms. Datta to facilitate. Mr. Khushru Pantaki for being the best moderator ever. Absolutely, absolutely. It's obviously always a tough choice, but because of his voice, which is immaculate. Thank you so much. A big round of applause for our industry stalwarts and Mr. Khushro. Thank you for being here. One picture together, please. One picture.